And the primary question is, what's our best next step for equity? So these are predominantly organizations that have already passed through the, yes, we want to do something phase into, so now what is it? And those organizational leaders really experience an 8-month trajectory that follows us from what is organizational equity work? We're often not used to looking at our organization through that lens. So what is organizational equity work? Then we move into what are the power dynamics of organizational equity work? And that really has two opportunities in it. One, we may be ready to do organizational equity work. Let's go. We may have some ways that we are sharing or not sharing power that we have to address before we can take our next step. And then we move into planning. So now that we understand what organizational equity work is, now that we've talked about power within our organization, what could we actually do on diversity, equity, inclusion, access, justice? And we've got a toolkit of activities and exercises that we put in the hands of organizations in the cohort. And they start learning by doing while they're in the cohort. And this is where the peer learning comes in, because we'll take a month, we'll get like 2 or 3 tools, folks will go do them, and then come back and have peer roundtables. How'd that go? What happened for you? Well, this brought up a question. Has anybody else seen this? Right? And so we spend about 5 months in that peer learning space of using our organizational equity tools, of really shifting power within our organization to open up our next steps on equity. And then we leave the cohort saying, okay, what's our next step from here?